So this is a story from my childhood. I had a lovely childhood up until a certain point, and then I'll just go back one step. I grew up in the Midlands in the 70s, and it was a very free range childhood. We had very long back gardens. The house we lived in was built on the site of an old quarry, so these gardens went on for hundreds of yards, and we had a bank at the back. It was really good fun. And we had Sutton Park as well, just down the road, so I'd go down there with my mates and stuff. And it was also extremely cold. I remember in the 70s it was cold, and we'd have snow 2 or 3 times a year, so we'd go sledging, etc. So that was the great bit. The bad bit behind it was that my parents went through a really brutal divorce, and so my sort of childhood happiness was kind of quickly came to an end, and we moved to a housing association flat. We lost our house, and all sorts of things went on that were difficult. My friends moved away, and all those things. So it tries to capture that that sort of whole vibe and feeling, and it starts off quite bouncy and fun, I think, and then it gets a bit sadder, and then Carly, you come in as sort of narrative voice. So Carly takes the middle 8 vocal. But it kind of ends on a happy note, that my parents got divorced, but they were better for doing that, and that had my own kids and stuff and things, and it's sort of this slight fantasy ending of me returning home and going sledging again. But it's kind of full circle, back to fun again.
Yeah. So with Proper Jack Frost, Greg sent me quite a comprehensive email, actually, explaining sort of the whole backstory of the song. I think you were also sending me this email to illustrate to me how big train musicians in general communicate what they want from their fellow band members. Yeah. So you sort of sent it to me as an example to help me out, how to write my email to Nick of what I wanted from him for drums. Yeah. So you really made it very comprehensive, and everything about what was, the meaning behind it. And and actually at that point it was just a demo, so Greg was singing the lead vocal, and it was some sort of MIDI keyboards, wasn't it? And it was quite hard to picture it as what it was going to be, and there was no brass in it yet or anything. Yeah. And I don't know, I remember I recorded it upstairs in my attic room, and just reading that, so it was a really sort of sad, rainy, grey day, and then I just read this sad story of this boy whose parents split up and everything, and I found myself quite choked. So I think it's quite a sort of, quite an emotive vocal that I hopefully have given, because I did feel the sadness when I sang it. And then the next time I heard the song, it had your voice on it, and all the other, and the backing vocals and everything, and then I contributed a few backing vocals as well. And it's amazing to sort of witness the process of a BBT evolution.
It's a good point, actually. My demos are very humble things. I can't sing.
You can sing.
Well, I can't.
Love the way you sing.
I can't sing in a way that is releasable. So it's just getting the information over to the singers, really. Thank you for doing what you do with the songs. It's great because they come back to me as I can imagine them being. See what I mean? So it's a nice bit of alchemy for me. Yeah, this is another one of Nick's, and this was so for the last few tours we've done. Nick has done a purpose-written drum solo sort of piece, and I said to him one day, "It would be really cool if we had something actually studio-based around your drumming." So that sent him into kind of a, what could I do kind of thing.
He got quite frenzied with it.
He got very frenzied with it, yeah. He's a couple of days lost in his studio writing this. And yeah, again, terrific fun to play. I think Nick's one of the greatest drummers in the world, and I think this shows his technical ability, but also it's got a great tune. You know, it's good fun to play, good fun to listen to, and yeah, really good.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's amazing.
In mountain springs, headwaters rise in those hills.
So Oakenstone, this is a story about a bit of family history for me. I decided to try and solve a sort of family mystery, and did some detective research and followed the story back to its beginning in Rome. I was helped by, I'm learning Italian at the moment, but it's going quite well, but not well enough for me to get to navigate the sort of Italian way. So I was helped by a couple of Italian friends called Emile and Massimo, and they helped me finish the story off and find out what I was looking for. So, in all, we talked earlier about our little lyric books and stuff, but as a songwriter, you're always thinking, what could be made from something that's happened in your life in terms of a song. And so I came home and started writing about it. I suppose one of the interesting things for me in this song was I spoke to David about it at some length, and he said, it's the sort of thing that changes everything, nothing at all, he said to me. And I just thought, okay, there's a chorus. That was the kind of hook that I needed for the song. It was written on mellotron. Initially, it was going to be a complete mellotron fest, but in the end, I took it back to piano, and so the mellotron just comes in at the end. But no, I think it's one of the. It's a song I'm very proud of. I think it's one of the better things I've written. So yeah, I like it.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. So Welcome to the Planet is my Big Train debut. When I met Greg and David at Real World, I think we were just in a break and I was showing you some chords, and I think I was showing David more actually, but Greg came over and said, I'm listening, I like those, demo something up and show us. So it was from a song that I'd really written in 2017, when I was working in Las Vegas, doing an album there. And I was there for about 7 weeks. And when you fly into Las Vegas, I don't know if you have, but it's really weird, and it sort of feels like you're entering another planet, because the terrain is all brown and orange, and there's no green. And then you meet all these Americans who are constantly welcoming you. It was, welcome to America, constant welcome, and thank you so much. And I was jet lagged. And anyway, the first day of recording, I started writing this song, Welcome to the Planet. And it was at a time when Donald Trump had just been elected in. And my oldest friend from, age of 5 years old, had her first baby. And I was just contemplating what a strange time it is for a child to be born right now. In this strange planet, and it brought up a lot of questions for me, and I think I felt a little bit scared and a bit lonely when I was writing it. And so it is quite a sort of dark song, but it's meant to sort of also have this other side to it as the song evolves, which is the world through the eyes of children, and how innocent they can look at things. And so I wanted this section to sort of grow, to be about that, and have I recorded my niece and nephew's primary school, the sound of children playing in the playground, and I wanted the laughter and all that sort of stuff. So that's sort of a quick vague summary of what's behind the song. And then recording wise, I demoed up piano and organ and some synths, and the vocal, and I sent that to Nick, and then he kind of filled out the song, and then it started to feel like, oh right, now this is actually a song, and and then gradually the pieces came together. But everybody's performance of what they did is all the first thing that they did. It wasn't hard at all. It felt really sort of very as if the song already existed, and we were all just sort of playing what we already knew we had to play, I think.
Yeah, sort of painting the picture. The picture's painted, but just colouring it in, I suppose.
Yeah. And it was just so nice to have everything in it, to get the brass guys, you know, it's a musician, it's sort of a dream world to work with things like a brass band. You don't get those opportunities very often. I haven't had them very often. And now I do, so I had to, you know, get and then flute. Oh my God, David plays flute. So that was just brilliant. And then, Claire on the violin, and slide guitar from Dave Foster, and Rickard did, I asked him to kind of do a Keith Richards style ending, and he absolutely delivered. Everybody delivered, and of course the bass.
I was going to say, don't forget the most important. You know,
the bass, when he sent me those, when he put the pedals in, it was like a bolt of massive, electricity going through your whole body, and also Greg's vocal is on it too. So it's,
I do a spoken word line in it, which I teased you with by doing a Birmingham accent version of it, and sent it through to you saying, I hope you like this.
Oh my God, that was so funny, because I wasn't sure if you were taking the piss or not, so I didn't know you that well.
I know, I did it very straight. It was a very straight, Birmingham thing. But
that was so funny. What's the line? What is it you say?
What
a long sleep? That's Alice in Wonderland.
So my what a long sleepy I had.
I'm doing this with two Midland cameramen in front of us, so
I'm
getting some dirty looks at it.
So
but I'm
funny.
I'm a Midlander, so I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah, he texted me that. Is this okay? Oh my God, no. But it worked out brilliantly.
And it's a great first song for Big Train. Thank you for lending it to us.
Yeah, I hope the fans like it.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will. Well, it's actually, we've done it for years, because we've all, one of the problems with Big Train has been the geographic separation, and Carly being based in the UK is fine, but she lives in Dungeness on the south coast, so it's quite a hike away from Bournemouth and Nottingham, so we're all separated, even in the UK we're separated. We've had to do file sharing for a long time, but it's quite an organic file sharing process. We don't, it's not like, here's a song, it's like, here's a demo, can you come up with any parts that you like? So we'll bounce things back and forward, and things evolve and develop over time.
Yeah, and I always think that it sounds a bit like maybe, there's less magic in this process, but it is actually quite magical, because you receive it and it's like it's all for you, and you put your headphones on and really take it in and plug your instrument in and find your parts, and it's quite magical, that word again.
I agree. Yeah.
I think progressive rock music tends to requires lots of thought and consideration. It's not something you can generally just jam along with. Elements of it you can, but by and large there comes a point where you've got to really work out what you're playing.
It's not 12-bar blues, is it? So you don't know what chord's coming next, you don't know what time signature is coming next, so it needs...
And it can shift very quickly from one into the other, and you've got to work out what works best. So
we do, and I think we've got aspirations for working, for recording in the studio together, but there's no question we'll have to do quite a lot of pre-work before we do that. We won't just be turning
Either
up.
way, that preparation, that consideration's got to be done either sooner or later.
Yeah, for sure.
But it always has to be done.